June is Pride Month, so this is a perfect opportunity to create a terrarium as colorful as possible, inspired by the colorful pride flag. Let's get into the build. Therefore I just used this big jar and started with the drainage layer, which consists of clay balls. Excess water can collect here. It also increases the soil aeration and reduces anaerobic processes. On top of that I'm putting a layer of aquarium soil. This stuff provides nutrients for the plants, while also acting as a barrier, so the main substrate I put on top won't fall into the drainage layer. The substrate I put on top is a mixture of sphagnum moss, gravel, cocoa coir, orchid bark, cocoa chips and some worm castings. The combination of these ingredients results in a soil that can hold a lot of moisture, but is well aerated at the same time and also provides nutrients for the plants in the form of the worm castings. The substrate on its own looks quite boring, so I'm adding a piece of cork bark. Somehow it didn't fit, so I gently persuaded it to do so. This way I got 3 different smaller pieces to choose from. By pressing the cork bark into the soil I was able to create a foreground and background, connected by a slope on the left, which looks much better compared to the previous version. Now onto the plants. I chose the most colorful plants I have to make this terrarium as colorful as possible. For this I got a bunch of different Fittonia species. Fittonias are very easy terrarium plants. You can see that some of the cuttings have no roots. They will root very quickly into the soil if there is just a moist substrate around them. I decided to add the Fittonias mainly in the front of the terrarium. Then I got a few other special and colorful plants that I will add to the back of the terrarium, like this Pilea involucrata. I really love those bright green leaves. I also added 2 small cuttings of this Begonia rex. This Paleonia pulchra also has a fantastic color. This is Selaginella uncinata. You don't really see it in the video, but its leaves are slightly bluish. I place it in the middle so it can grow over the cork bark. This is Solanum evolvifolium, Ficus pumila white and some string of turtles. For the empty spots in the middle I choose some liverwort. The rest of the blank spots will be covered with 2 more Fittonia cuttings and a bunch of smaller plants and moss. And that's the planting. Now the terrarium just needs some water. I am using distilled water here. I could have used tap water as well, but some plants don't like the minerals like calcium in the tap water. Then I clean the glass with some tissue. Now it is time for the cleanup crew. Therefore I got some tropical white springtails out of my springtail farm by picking up these small clay balls and tapping them into the terrarium. They are especially important in the early stages of the terrarium, because they eat dead organic matter and dying plants, making mold outbreaks much less likely this way. They are immediately crawling all over the plants. Because the lid I ordered for this jar hasn't arrived yet, I will use some plastic wrap and a rubber band for now. If you tighten the plastic wrap over the opening, you get a really smooth surface. A second layer ensures that no animals can escape through any holes that may be in the first layer. After putting the rubber band over it, I cut off the remaining pieces. I think it doesn't look that bad. So here is a colorful terrarium I built in this video. It looks a little bit overcrowded already, but of course I did that on purpose. Just to show that there is a place for every single one of us, regardless of size and color. Also, my girlfriend would probably kill me if I put another grow box in our apartment. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.